What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Inventions. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode, we finally set up a big reactor and we're making a decent amount of power here. We set this thing up so it can reprocess all of the yellorium, the spent fuel. Yeah, the spent fuel turns into the cyanide gets reprocessed into the plutonium, and then, off camera I set up a deep storage unit here so it can store a decent amount of this stuff. I don't really know how much plutonium we're going to have before it goes back into the system. But the way this is going to work is that the yellorium goes in, and once this is all gone, it'll start using the plutonium, which works just the same. Yeah, and the plutonium will eventually get reprocessed back into the cyanide, back into the plutonium, and then eventually we'll run out of fuel. But yeah, it should make the fuel last about twice the amount of time that just the straight yellorium would work. Anyway, it's pretty cool setup. We also set this thing up using the reactor RedNet port and some RedNet cables here. So depending on the reactor, how much power we're using, it will up the power or it'll decrease the power down to about the minimum, but it doesn't quite shut it off. So it does always use a little bit of fuel, but it's better than going full blast all the time when we don't need that kind of power, right? So we also have our power storage here, which we're holding 450 million RF, which is pretty cool. We can expand this energy bank out bigger. And it doesn't actually have to sit here. I just put it there because it's easy. Yeah, and it's right up against the, what is that called? The energy port? I can't remember from the reactor. That's where the power is coming out, is behind this guy right here. So anyway, we got our power all squared away. Also, we were setting up a thing over here to spawn in a bunch of the pink slimes so we can get the pink slime balls and we can start working with the laser drills. Yeah, we needed the laser drill so we could start getting diamond ore. Yep, that was our main goal for last time, so we are just about there. I did set up all the auto crafting patterns off camera here, so we need 1 laser drill and 4 laser drill prechargers. Let's go ahead and get this going. So a laser drill, so everything that we need should be auto craftable here. We're doing the Ender IO method instead of the thermal expansion, so we're using the lights instead of the glowstone illuminators. Go ahead and get that one going. And the laser drill prechargers, we're going to do 4 of these. And we're out of redstone. Wow. Okay, hardened glass. I don't have that set up on AutoCraft. I didn't even check these recipes. I just assumed we were going to have everything. Okay, well, redstone, we know how to get. That's pretty easy. We can just go ahead and use a bunch of our exchange energy for all of the redstone that we need. That's fine. Now, for the hardened glass, yeah, that's interesting. We don't have a pattern set up for that, do we? Okay, so we're gonna need something to take obsidian, pulverize it, and put the pulverized obsidian with the lead ingots into our induction smelter. Okay, well, I can go ahead and set up the auto crafting patterns for that. That's not a big deal. Do we have one for the pulverized obsidian? No, we don't. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get those patterns set up real quick. I'll finish up the auto crafting tasks that we need. Yeah, as we run into things that we don't have, it's easy enough to put those patterns in so things will, in the future, will just auto-craft. But yeah, let me do that real quick and we'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, well, getting that auto-crafting set up wasn't that big of a deal. Just had to make 2 more patterns. But anyway, we got our laser drill now and our laser drill pre-chargers. Cool. So I also made up a few tesseracts so we have some in stock so we don't have to worry about those for a little while. One other thing we're going to do is we're probably going to be sticking this in our mining world. Yeah. The laser drill has to focus into bedrock or into void. So we could stick it in like the end or something like that and just have it go into the void. But I think it just makes more sense. Just stick it in our mining world because we're mining and it'll face into the bedrock. Anyway, this isn't something we're really going to be looking at too often. So yeah, we're going to have this in the mining world. So we need a way for this thing to receive power from the tesseract. And we're also going to want a way for this to put our items back into the overworld. So we're going to use the same tesseract. So what we need to do is let's grab ourselves an interface. All right, so our ME system is already being powered by a tesseract down here. Yeah, that's how it's getting powered right there through that guy. So let's break out some glass and we'll come down here. The only thing we need to do is stick an interface right next to this guy. This is our power channel, and we're just going to go ahead and say item mode, receive only. So any items that come through the power channel will also be put into our interface, which will go into our ME system and into storage. Cool. So we're receiving power on this channel and we're receiving power and our ME system is receiving items. Cool. So just a little quick thing there. All right, so now that that's done, we should be good to go. Let's head over to the workshop. Should be fine. Go through the door, or I guess the wall. And let's go to the mining world. Okay, so the laser drill also has a few upgrades, but we don't have any of those upgrades yet. So we'll have to figure those out here in a little bit, but let's come down here. I'm trying to think of what we should do. Maybe I should figure out where the chunks are. We don't want to load too many different chunks. Okay, so this wall is right on a chunk border. That's good. All right, so we can just stick the laser drill probably right here. The thing is, I don't know how many of these we're going to want. Normally, I only set up one. I think I've set up two in the past. We might set up a bunch of them. Just depends on how fast we're getting these resources, because I do believe this is the only way we're going to be able to get like the diamond ore. I might rearrange these a little bit. So anyway, there's our laser drill. And then we need the pre-chargers like this. I'm not sure if this works when it's directly on the bedrock. This laser drill has a laser beam that shoots downwards. I don't know if this has to be a couple blocks off the ground or just being right on the ground right like that will be fine. All right, so anyway, Tesseract, we're going to set right here. And this thing is going to be item mode send only, fluid mode blocked, and energy mode receive only. All right, so set this to the power channel. Now the laser drill itself does not get any energy from the Tesseract. No, it gets its energy from the laser drill pre-chargers, which send over the energy through these beams. So we need to get ourselves some power cables. I guess these might be enough. Let's just use the big boy ones. I don't know if we need 20,000 RF. Does it say how much? No, we'll just go ahead and use the big boy cables anyway. So we'll just do this. Like so, and like so. All right, so you can see those are turning red when they're gaining power or whatever. At least that one did. There we go. That one's connected. Now this thing, well, it shows that it has energy and it shows that it's working. But what items we're getting, I don't know. So we have 6 slots here for the laser drill upgrades. Let's take a look at those upgrades. Is it even called an upgrade? No, I think it's called a focus. Yeah, these are what we want. So there are different colors on these laser focuses, and depending on the ores that we want, we have to choose a specific laser focus. All right, so if we want diamond ore, for instance, we come in here, we can see that the laser focus we want is light blue. So laser focus light blue, so we need glass or stained glass pane light blue, some gold nuggets, and some emeralds. Now, I'm not sure what the percentage increase is if we just put 1 in there versus all 6. I think we want all 6 filled in specifically for the diamonds. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go. Yeah, let's go back to the overworld. We'll let this thing go for a little bit. I'll just collect some ores while we're doing other stuff. I am also curious, though, if we go over to our big reactor, what that's looking like. I should put a warp point over here. So how are we doing on power? So it is using power. Yeah, and these things are doing work. They should be setting these control rods. Yeah, they're at 78 right now. When we're not using any power, these are at 99. So it's keeping the power usage, so the energy buffer is right where it should be. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then as this goes down, I think it'll increase the control rods and it'll send more power, send less power or whatever. Anyway, it's keeping this right where it needs to be. Cool. So our power usage is under control. Let's see. What else do we want to do here? We want to make the blue. Was it light blue or blue? I think it was light blue. Let's double check. So light blue. So we need stained glass with a light blue. So we need ceramic dye. So we're going to need light blue. All right. So that is just, I believe, lapis plus bone meal. There's 2 light blue. And then we needed a couple of clay. These I'll probably end up having to do on AutoCraft. All right, so there's the ceramic dye. I guess we already had light blue in the system for some reason. All right, so the uses for... let's do this again. All right, so I guess it's just 8. No, is it 7 glass? 6 glass. 6 glass plus 2 dye. There's that and that. All right, so there is our stained glass. Now we can turn those into the panes. And then we can turn the panes with some emeralds. I think it was like that. And then the gold nuggets. Cool. All right, so there's one laser focus. Obviously, I need to make more nuggets and get this stuff done. Let me go ahead and get some of those going. I might end up making a couple of more of the laser drills and laser drill pre-chargers. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, let me do some stuff off camera, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Well, I realized over here for our cyanide reprocessor, since they set up a deep storage for the plutonium, there really wasn't a point to have the other deep storage unit over here for the cyanide, so I got rid of that. So the cyanide is going directly into our cyanide reprocessor and then turning into the plutonium here. As you can see, our big reactor is now at 53%. Yeah, so that means that we're using a lot more power than we were before. Control rods are at 52. Yeah, I set up a second laser drill pre-charger. I really need better ways of getting around than using this pickaxe. Yeah, I did set up another laser drill in the mining world. So now we have two of them going. They are both on the light blue focus, and I did get rid of the quarry as well. We don't need this whole area chunk loaded as it was doing previously. So we have two of them side by side doing the same exact thing. They both have all 6 light blue focuses in here. And apparently the light blue focus, if we go to the uses on this, shows that it does diamond ore and shiny. So we'll be getting some of this too. It's too bad we can't just get specifically diamond, but whatever. Anyway, we got 2 of those going now. It is using a decent amount of power. But the whole purpose of getting those going so we could get the diamond ore, so we could start making the ultimate hybrid solar panels. Now, I was just looking a second ago and we had 5 or 6 diamond ore in the system. I'm not sure what we're up to now. Let's take a look. We're up to 12. So it is doing work. It is doing what we wanted to. Yeah, so ultimate hybrid solars. We should be able to auto craft one of these for the very first time now. Super excited for this. So yeah, it requires a lot of these different materials. Yeah, 6 diamond ore per. We have to make TNT to make the industrial TNT, which requires a lot of flint. And anything else of note in here? Yeah, the iridium. What is this thing? The iridium alloy ingot. This has to be put through the implosion compressor to turn into the iridium reinforced plates, I think is how that works. There's so many things that goes on with this. But yeah, as we auto craft that, it's going to be doing so many things with so many different machines. Like the implosion compressor is going to be used over here. It's going to be using our industrial grinder, wherever that is over here. Yeah, we need the diamond, small piles of diamond dust from these things. Yeah, so many different machines. I think all of these get used at some point or another. Looks like the implosion compressor just went off there for a second. Yeah, we're making the iridium reinforced plates over here now. So many things. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead and wait for this all to complete. Not sure how much longer this is going to take. Probably a minute. Anyway, let's wait for this to complete. It's done. Okay. Ultimate hybrid solar panel time. We got it. So with this, we should be able to power our Matter Fabricator. Yep. We're going to need our recyclers hooked up to provide the Matter Fabricator with scrap so it can make the UU matter. We got some overclocker upgrades for the recyclers and some insulated copper cable. So I'm probably going to want more than one of these ultimate hybrid. One of these is probably going to run the recyclers, or we might need a few of these to run the recyclers, and then we're going to want everything else to run the Matter Fabricators. So we're not done yet. I think we could craft another one of these. I think we had enough. No, we're missing 1 diamond ore. Okay, so as soon as we get that, I'll craft another one of those. And we're missing a generator. Oh, I don't have a crafting recipe for that. Interesting. I'll have to make one of those. Anyway, guys, let me get some things going here. I'm going to try and get some recyclers hooked up so we can start making scrap. Yep, let me do that, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so I've been putting in some work over here. I got some things set up. We got our 4 recyclers here. We have our Matter Fabricator over there, and we have some igneous extruders. So the way this is working right now is we have 4 of these resonant igneous extruders. They all have the 3 upgrades in them, so they can produce 64 cobblestone per operation. As you can see here, it's not really using it. It's staying at like half a stack in each one of these for some reason. I guess this one at the end, yeah, this one at the end over here doesn't have any cobblestone, but these other ones are staying full, right? So we're producing more than what we're using, essentially. So the recyclers here, Yeah, these guys are taking the cobblestone that's coming in. They are processing it, and I think there's a 10% chance or something like that that the cobblestone that gets recycled will turn into scrap. It is using a little bit of power here, as you can see. All four of these are doing the same exact thing. Yeah, they're all keeping up on the power. If we put in another overclocker in here, the energy bar starts wiggling a little bit more. And yeah, I just don't think it's going to be as good as if we leave it at 11 for right now until we get some more of these ultimate hybrid solars over here. In fact, we might even need some of the internal battery storage upgrades, whatever those are called, power storage upgrades, or I don't remember. Anyway, so all of these things are producing the scrap. The scrap is coming over here to our deep storage unit. So you can see here we got a stockpile of 500. Some of it is coming back out and some is coming back in. But overall, we are making more than what we're using. Yeah, we have a conduit that is sending over. There's no upgrades in this thing yet. It is sending over to our Matter Fabricator here. You can see the scrap is coming in, being used, and then this number is not moving because this goes really, really slowly. Okay, so what we can do, so if I click on this conduit, I can stick in these conduit speed upgrades. You can put up to 15. I only made 12. But yeah, if we put in those, you can see it starts pumping in all the scrap over here, and it's using for multiple slots at a time. And this number is now climbing up at a more reasonable speed. But yeah, we are very much limited by scrap at this point. So yeah, we need more power. We need more recyclers. We need more scrap. The more scrap we have, the more our Matter Fabricator will be able to go at maximum speed, and the happier everything's going to be. Right. So, like I said, I have more ultimate hybrids being made at the base. Well, at least one more right now. We're still waiting on those diamond ores. I mean, I've been doing stuff in the world for a while now, and this is still going pretty slowly. One thing I did notice, though, over at the base, as I'm crafting up those ultimate hybrid solars, we're making the Cenarium. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Let's get into the workshop so we don't get creepered. Where are we at? Yeah, this stuff, whatever the molecular transformer makes, as we make that, it is using pretty much all of our power. So the 60,000 RF per tick that we thought that we were good on, yeah. For right now, we're not so good on it, especially when we're making the ultimate hybrids. I think that other one should be ready by now. All right, so there's our fourth one. So we should be able to make a fifth one yet. Looks like we have the diamond ore. Are we missing anything? No. All right, so I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up. So over here, the molecular transformer is pretty much using all of the RF that we're converting to EU. So about 7,000 EU per tick. Yeah, it's got to do this for 9 pieces of glowstone. You can see how fast that's going. Anyway, so we can see that's not going very fast. It is using a lot of power. And we come over here to the big reactor. Yeah, we're pretty much using the full amount of power our big reactor has to offer at this point. So it's going pretty much maximum speed now. Yeah, with the control rod insertion is set to 4%. So it's pretty much 100% full blast right now when we're crafting that stuff. But that's fine. We don't have to make those all the time. And eventually we'll have enough of these ultimate hybrid solars where, yeah, they will power everything at the maximum speed that we need for the EU production, but it's still going to be a while, and it might be an idea that we should upgrade our power a little bit higher. These are things we're going to have to think about, though. But we do have the ultimate hybrid solars on AutoCraft, which is pretty awesome. That's a huge process that we don't have to worry about anymore. As long as we got the diamond ore and all the other resources available, we just click craft and boom, we get it. Well, it takes about 10 minutes, but we get it, so that's pretty awesome. I'm super excited for getting the Matter Fabricator going, though. Let's get this other ultimate hybrid over here and see if we can do anything with the scrap production. Yeah, the Matter Fabricator, this thing will produce UU matter, which will eventually allow us to create anything we want that the UU matter can make, which is going to be pretty awesome. All right, so let's take this guy right there. I'm not sure how many more of these we can stick in with that. Let's try 13 on all of these. We'll have to take a look and see if that is using too much power from the ultimate hybrids. But yeah, we need to get that going faster. That's pretty much the whole thing here. Looks like we're still gaining power. That one just kind of sitting. Yeah, this one is still gaining, so I think we might be able to put more in there. I'm probably just going to get those power storage upgrades in here. Well, anyway, let me try and work on this a little bit more, see if I can get some more of these ultimate hybrids going, see if we can get some more power over here, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, well, I've been messing around with this thing for a little while. I've been expanding it, taking away machines, adding upgrades, all sorts of things like that. So we now have 8 of these igneous extruders all feeding into one deep storage unit over here. So you can see we are gaining, and then we're losing, and then we're gaining. Yeah, so we are keeping up on the cobblestone all right for right now, but yeah, eventually I think we're going to have more recyclers than these two. These are maxed out right now. These guys have a stack of these energy storage upgrades, 15 overclockers, and then the ejector upgrades. So yeah, the cobblestone comes in through the top, and then once it turns into the scrap, it gets ejected automatically to the top. So these conduits are set to insert and extract items. Yeah, and they're also set with a filter on here. I'd made the mistake of doing this. We ran out of something, and then it started recycling the scrap that we were making. So anyway, I have filters set on these conduits here for the insert mode that they will only accept cobblestone. And this deep storage unit is locked, so it only accepts scrap. So yeah, there's no way things are going to get messed up at all. So we have 2 of these recyclers, same setup. They're both staying full on the cobblestone. If we add in another overclocker upgrade, you can see it starts going down faster, but then our energy starts ticking down after a little while. It does have a huge energy buffer in it. But yeah, eventually it'll start using more power than what we're producing. It's just not good. So we're leaving these at 15, and that maxes them out. So we might be able to add in more of these things. Our Matter Fabricator is doing fine. That's our 3rd piece of UU matter now. So we're up to 3 of those. Yeah, as you can see, it's taking a very, very long time to make these. Even with the scrap coming in, like that first slot is always full. Yeah, we kind of need all of these slots full, because I believe the Matter Fabricator uses both at the same time. Or, I'm sorry, it'll use all 6 at the same time if they're all full. So anyway, I've added in more of these ultimate hybrids. Yeah, I've been going at this for a while now, so we're up to 9 of those things. We can convert those into whatever the quantum solar panel. We might do this eventually. We're going to continue to get the ultimate hybrids until they're at a point where we just don't have any more room for them. But I'm keeping the power separated right now. The recyclers are on these 6. Yeah, and the Matter Fabricator is on these 3 only. Otherwise, the Matter Fabricator will suck all the power from the entire system, and the recyclers just won't have enough power to do what they need to do. So the power separated. Yep. And I'm probably going to end up moving these things to a better location. I left it down here on the bedrock floor because we have this one chunk loaded anyway. And it just kind of made sense to keep everything together. But yeah, it doesn't really look too good, does it? We might move all this stuff up to the surface up there by where the portal is and just leave the laser drills down here. These are things I'll have to figure out on my own time off camera or whatever. But for right now, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we are going to be creating the UU matter. We've already created 3 of them. But yeah, we're going to be creating this stuff like pretty much all the time now. The more power we add, the faster it's going to go and the more of the stuff we will get. So the uses on this, for those of you who don't know, yeah, we can take one of these, depending on where we put it in the shaped crafting and the crafting grid. We can either make oak wood or stone. We can make grass or snow, obsidian, glass, lava, water. These are the actual source blocks. Yeah, you can only get those through creative mode normally, but you can get them through this mod. Glowstone and cocoa beans. That seems kind of like a waste. That's a lot of power and a lot of resources to get cocoa beans. But eventually, if we start making the UU matter so fast it doesn't matter anymore, we could set up all these things for auto craft. Yeah, and then we'll be able to get the resources this way. You can get cactus and sugarcane, snowballs, like all sorts of good stuff. This one seems like it's a really big waste for the ender pearls. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, we could set up the tier 5 spawner and just kill endermen over and over again to get these things. Or we could just exchange our blaze rods like we've been doing. Yeah, redstone, lots of different things in here. But we'll eventually get into the Tech Reborn stuff. The only things we can get, or I guess the Tech Reborn dust that we can get specifically from this mod, like the Tesla-type dust. I'm not sure, like, Yeah, I'm not sure what all of these different things are used for. I think that's just copper, isn't it? Maybe. Iridium ore is another thing that we can get from this, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. The uses specifically for this are the advanced solars. And we can use that for, or it's already got exchange energy. So it might not be something that we will ever do. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of cool checking this out and seeing all the different things that the Matter Fabricator can do. Getting that thing running max speed eventually would be kind of awesome. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit shorter today, but I've spent a lot of time getting all these things auto crafting. And see, with all the ultimate hybrids behind me, yeah, it's taken a while to get all those things going. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.